Transformations in the coordinate plane. Today we're going to look at two transformations. The first one will be a translation and the second a reflection. So let's begin with the translation. Before doing it, you must know that we have some vocabulary words to learn according to that lesson. So the first shape you see is called a figure, and we write the coordinates with A, B, C for that triangle. After the movement, because the transformation is basically moving a shape to another location, well, after this movement, the figure is now called image. So that is something you need to remember also. And we write the new coordinates of the image with A prime, B prime, C prime. That's basically A apostrophe and B apostrophe, or A exponent 1 if you prefer. And we always write the coordinates in parentheses separated with a comma. So if I move the triangle that is there, ABC, if I move the figure 7 squares to the right and 3 squares down, basically you're going to move each vertex according to what they ask you to do here. So I have seen students doing it with bumps with their pencil, so here it goes. So if I'm moving C 7 squares to the right, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 3 squares down, 1, 2, 3. It gives me a new location. So it is now located at 1 minus 6, and I write C prime. As you can see, it's written C apostrophe. That is C prime. We do that to make a difference between the original C and C prime. So if someone is looking at this lesson without knowing what I'm saying, he will notice that C and C prime is describing a movement, because that's the way math works. And so you can see the coordinates C minus 6 minus 3 became 1 minus 6 for C prime, its image. So the whole triangle is going to move here. And as you can see, the coordinates written in green is A prime minus 1 minus 2, B prime 4, 0, and C prime 1 minus 6. To check if my translation is good, I could just do minus 8 plus 7, because I'm moving the x towards 7 to the right. That will give me minus 1. And I could do 1 minus 3, because that affects the y coordinate. It gives me minus 2. So that's a translation. And now, a reflection. We always use the same example here, ABC triangle, with the same coordinates, to show you a different transformation called reflection. A reflection, it reminds you of a mirror, maybe. So when you look at yourself in a mirror, what you see in the mirror is a reflection of you. So everything that is on the right side of you appears on the left side in the mirror. And if you have something written in your shirt, you will see it backward. That's a reflection. If you reflect the figure over the y-axis, you're going to get, okay, so I've corrected what was written there, because it was written reflect the image. It should have been written reflect the figure over the y-axis. So same thing, I'm going to reflect B over the y-axis. So I can count how many squares there are between B and the y-axis line. So 1, 2, 3. And then that means I will have to put my B prime 3 after the y-axis. So 1, 2, 3 squares after, that's B prime. So now my new coordinates would be B prime 3, 3. The whole triangle is going to move here. So as you can see, I could fold my coordinate plane in two. If I use the y-axis line as the folding line, B would be exactly over B prime A would be exactly over A prime, and C would be exactly over C prime. And as you can see, the coordinates for the image, and they also have changed. So A minus 8, 1 became A prime 8, 1. And that's how it goes. Some interesting facts. When you do a reflection over the y-axis, it changes the plus minus sign over of the x digit. So for example, 3, 5 becomes minus 3, 5. So when your reflection is over the y-axis, the plus minus sign is changing of the x digit in the image. A reflection over the x-axis changes the plus minus sign of the y digit. So when you reflect over the x-axis, the y digit is changing sign. That could help you reviewing if your transformation is good. Alright, that's all for today. So have fun practicing transformations.